Christian Gamers Union, or known as Christ Grace Unlimited, and my name is Trust in Christ. And today is a good day. Today is a great day. Today is the day of the Lord, as always. And today's week in this chapter that we're going to is going to be the book of First Chronicles, chapter 6. And we're going to cover the tribe of Levi and its lineage in chapter 6 in First Chronicles. And before we
Trust.
get started, what
Can you
Uh,
can you send an invite? Sorry, my bad.
no, cause it's kind of too late right now.
I'm sorry.
All right, so like I was saying, so with the tribe of Levi, the importance of the tribe of Levi, the Levites were the priesthood nation in Scripture, and when you study the Old Testament, they were chosen for specific reasons. So when you look through these lineage, the fathers of these nations, they gained and earned their rewards, their inheritance, because of some kind of zealous act or work from their fathers. And Fabio, just probably ask one of the mods, like artists, or if one of the mods are here to invite them, because they can do it too. But back to what I was saying. So when we look into the
Can you,
priesthood,
can you hear it?
one second.
Cool.
All right, everybody here. All right. All right, so as I was saying, the Levi tribe was a tribe that was set aside for doing a particular thing. So when it comes to particular tribes and lineages that had covenants, the father of that covenant had to do something in particular to gain it. And for the tribe of Levi, they were noted as a priesthood nation. They were set aside. And not only the Levites, but within the Levite tribe, the sons of Aaron, they held the high priest's seat and pretty much had different factions because they were called to keep Israel clean and to be the ministers or the help of God throughout all the nations of Israel before we cover this chapter. And this tribe has a very important, calling when it comes to Christ. And why is that? It's because of John the Baptist. When you look at John the Baptist and when you look at the prophecy that's found within the book of Malachi, where pretty much Elijah would be sent, and some people sees that as the fulfillment, to an extent, and that he'll be returning with Christ as one of the witnesses. Pretty much John the Baptist, and you trace his lineage when you read, First John, and when you read Luke, I think it's chapter 1, very early in chapter 1, if I can turn to it. Verse 5, you see that his father, Zacharias, he was tied to, the Levites, and he was tied to the seat of Aaron. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias of the course of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. So John the Baptist's lineage traces to who? Aaron, the high priest. Only the high priest could do that, and the high priest seed was chosen through John the Baptist to prepare, Israel for their Messiah. And you pretty much see the two witnesses, do the same thing during the Great Tribulation. Their ministry is going to be within Israel, and it's funny how this connects, wholeheartedly. The priesthood nation of Aaron and Levi, they prepare the way, most likely for the Messiah if John the Baptist or Elijah connects, to the Messiah in his return. And also when we see the 144,000, who are the 144,000? They're, pretty much chosen to be a priesthood, people throughout all the tribes of Israel, not just Levi, for, the 1,000-year reign. It's quite interesting. But we're focusing on Levi, we're focusing on that bloodline in this chapter of First Chronicles chapter 6. But why was Levi chosen to be a priesthood nation? Well, to be very quick, when you go to Exodus chapter 32, when Israel committed idolatry right after God took them out of Egypt, a very special situation happened that granted their, status as the help of God, where they were the only tribe to make a stand for God during the idolatry that happened between Aaron and the Israelite when the two golden calves were made. We're going to go to verse number 9, read through this really quick. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. And why is that? Because while Moses was gone and while, Joshua was, on the brinks of the mount, Israel began to sin and began to make idols for themselves. And God said, they're a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, that I may consume them, and I will make thee a great nation. And Moses besought the Lord his God and said, Lord, why doeth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountains and consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath and repent of this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, which is Jacob, thy servant, to whom thou swearest by thy own self, and saidest unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto the seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord repented of the evil which he thought to do his people. And Moses turned and went down from the mount. So after all this heathen was going on behind Moses' back, God knew it. He couldn't hide it from God. And Moses, after God told Moses, pretty much what the people was do, he turned on and he stood on business. Moses stood on business to get that evil out of Israel. He wasn't playing no games. And Moses turned, verse 15, and went down from the mount, and the two tables of the testimony were in his hands. And this is going to get kind of graphic to those that, don't think this is right, but it is right. And the tables of the testimony were in his hand. The tables were written on both of their sides. On one side and on the other side were they written. And the tables were the work of God, and the writings were the writings of God, graven upon the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people as they shouted, he said unto Moses, there is a noise of war in the camp. And what were they doing? Most likely they were having orgies. Most likely they were praising their golden calf gods, which, a lot of people in Vessel Yahweh kind of made this correlation, to Hinduism and their paganism system, where idolatry, orgies, murder is actually in it, but people kind of turn an eye to it. And he said, is it not the voice of them that shout for mastery? Is it not the voice of them that cry for being overcome? But the noise of them that I see do I hear. They're singing, they're partying, they're having festivals. That's what I hear. They're not being slaughtered. They're not having a cry of war, but the sound is loud, Moses. What am I hearing? So they were partying hard. They were getting real loud. They were getting real busy. And I ain't going to say the J word, but they were getting real trash. Okay? And you can kind of look at this as the days of Noah, with the two witnesses. It's, one person I know that talks about it is my brother Fabio, at the correlations of the, the advent of Christ. When you see Moses and, Joshua coming into Israel and all the partying and rejoicing that went on during that time. The same thing when Jesus returns. When Jesus returns and the two witnesses are dead, and guess what they're doing? They're going to party. All the Antichrist, all the people, when they see the two witnesses are dead, that tormented them, they're going to get it down, they're going to get busy, they're going to get it jumping, and guess what? God is going to stand on business and end them for their wickedness that they do, even unto this day, that oppress you people today and oppress you, as well cause much blood to be shed on this earth today. So they're going to be partying just like they were during this time, so loud. It's going to be like the days of Noah. They're going to get down and busy, they're going to enjoy themselves. They might as well if they're going to die and burn in hell, Why not? Why not, get down and busy when you're doing evil? Because it ain't going to last long. There's no rest for the wicked. So pretty much Moses stands on business as these people are not loud, so loud they think it's a war cry, because during war, men scream loud when they charge into battle for war for their adrenaline to be pumped up. So they think that is that, but no, they're singing songs. And Joshua heard it in verse number 18. Says, they're singing. That's what I hear. I sing, do I hear. And it came to pass, as soon as he came nigh unto the camp, that I saw the calf and the dancing. So they were getting it down. And Moses angered waxed hot, and he was cast the tables out of his hand and break them beneath the mountain. So whatever God wrote at that point in time, Moses cast it, and it was broken. And it kind of makes you think, what was on those tables? It was the works and words of God. And remember, the law was given because of Israel's transgressions. Could this be part of it? Yes, it is. They're that wicked that not that long after they're delivered, they back to idolatry again. Verse number 20. And he took the calf which they had made and burned it in the fire, and ground it to the powder, and strawed it upon the water, and made the children of Israel drink it. And Moses said unto Aaron, what did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? You were put in charge. You're the priest. You're the prophet, the first prophet of Israel. Why did you not stand on business and stop them? It's kind of like Adam and Eve when you look at this scenario. No, was Adam the first to do it? No, he wasn't the first to take of the tree. But who was put in charge? Adam was put in charge. So who was to blame? Adam was to blame, not the wife. Wife still is punished, just like the people will still be punished. And Aaron gained shame throughout all of Israel's history because of this deed. Verse 22. And Aaron said, let not the anger of my Lord wax hot. Thou knowest the people, that they are set on mischief. For they said unto me, make us gods, which shall go before us. And as for this Moses, and the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. Well, what happened to the man that brought us out? And I said unto them, whatsoever hath any gold, let them break it. Break it off. So they gave it to me, and I cast it into fire, and there came out this calf. And when Moses saw that the people were naked, so they were having orgies, they were doing their thing, they were getting jiggy, they were being nasty and filthy and disgusting, all that disgusting stuff. For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame amongst their enemies. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is on the Lord's side? Let him come unto me. And who got up? He said it amongst the camp. And pretty much this act right here granted the priesthood, status to Levi's tribe, which is the tribe that Aaron comes from, which is the tribe that Moses comes from. But who got up? Only one tribe got up out of the camp, the gates of the camp. Who's on the Lord's side? Let them come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. And what did Moses say? And he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell on the people that day about 3,000 men. For Moses had said, Consecrate yourself today to the Lord, even every man his son upon his brother, that he may bestow upon you a blessing this day. And this is the blessing. And it came pass on the morrow that Moses said unto to the people, Ye have cast and have sinned a great sin. And now I will go up unto the Lord, peradventure I will make an atonement for your sin. So I'm not going to go too much further, but this is one situation where the tribe itself of Levi, out of all the other tribes, out of the gates of the camp, only Levi's son stood up and went on the side of the Lord and got wickedness out of Israel. And part of that, they became the firstborn of Israel. And we talked about that briefly last week, which is found in the book of Numbers. In Numbers chapter 3, verse number 5, and I wrote this one down in my notes so I won't forget. And the Lord spake unto Moses and said, saying, Bring the tribe of Levi near and present them before Aaron the priest, that I may minister unto him. And they shall keep his charge and the charge of the whole congregation before the tabernacle of the congregation to do the service of the tabernacle. And they shall keep all the instruments of the tabernacle of the congregation and charge the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. So they're the priests. They make sure God's business is taken care of. And thou shalt give the Levites unto Aaron and his sons. They are wholly given unto him out of the children of Israel. They are the firstborn of Israel, not the Reubenites. Yes, by bloodline they are, but Levi became the first. Okay? And thou shalt appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall wait on their priest's office. So the children of Levi, that's the Levites, they take care of the priestly duties. But on the priest's office, which it traces down all the way down to John the Baptist, guess what? They will be the high priest. They'll be the only ones that can enter in the most holies of holies and go through those rituals and meet, the Lord as he comes with his presence in that temple. Scary. That's one thing about the temple that's scary. I always, when I look at Zacharias, and, how he met the angel of the Lord, he probably thought he was, terrified. He thought it was his last day because, who knows what those high priests saw if they entered into the most holies of holies without being ritualistically purified. And it wasn't just about being, morally purified, but also health. They couldn't be deemed unclean. They had to do everything perfectly to be in the presence of God. Same thing with us. No flesh shall see God. God demands perfection. Okay, so the priesthood belonged to them. But they could not own land. Okay. Verse number 12. And behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix. And the word matrix doesn't mean the movie. It means the womb. Among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites shall be mine. because all the firstborn are mine. For on the day that I smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I have hallowed unto me all the firstborn of Israel, both man and beast. Mine shall they be, I am the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, we're going to stop right there with that one. So we see that they were chosen. They were considered the firstborn. And with the firstborn, in a similar story with Samuel, is a great, example. Samuel was consecrated. He from the day he was born, he was taken from his mom and was trained in the duties of a priest under Eli. That's something else. He wasn't raised fully with his mom. He knew his mom. He loved his mom. But he was raised with the priests. That was the Levites. They were a particular tribe raised to take care of Israel. They did the works of the doctor. They declared people if they were clean of leprosy. They condemned buildings. Whether, the mold of the building was reconcilable and if it needed to be torn down. They took care of the sacrifices. They took care of execution as well with the high priest in the land of refuge. They did a lot of God's work, keeping Israel purified, teaching the law, had the books within their sides in the temple. That was the Levites. They were the firstborn. They were trained to be the help of God on earth in Israel. And they still will when his kingdom comes back. Okay? So that's important to understand. So remember, them being the high priest, it's not like it is today, because today we have politicians kind of taking on that role, of like a high priest where they condemn buildings, officiate land givings like the priest did. And, the downside of that, how we do it today, we know how that can work, like your president or your officer that's supposed to keep the land clean and, together, make sure things is operating. They build monopolies. They build it. They come in, poor, and they come out, I'm rich. Not so with, Levi. Because Levi could not own any land. We see that in Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 8 and 9. At the time that the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord and minister unto him, and to bless his name unto this day, wherefore Levi hath no part nor inheritance with his brethren. The Lord is his inheritance, according as the Lord God promised him. There you go. So they could, have land, but they couldn't have inherited land. They couldn't build enterprises. They could, purchase property, temporarily in the city of refuges, in the lands that were allotted to the priesthood, within the courts of those lands, as we read in the book of Numbers, in the book of Deuteronomy, when those dimensions and, all that stuff was put into place in the Levitical law. Very important to understand and, special to know. So they couldn't have inheritance, which, is a good thing. Because, again, compare how it works in today's world and society. Your aldermans, your mayors, and I know this as well. They're supposed to do what's in the best interest of people, keep things healthy, make sure the health and sanitations are kept intact. No, they do what's best for themselves. And sometimes the Levite did that, and you see that in the book of Malachi. Well, the man of God robbed God. Or will men rob God? Yes, a man will rob God and tithe and offering. Yes, the priest did. Instead of obeying God, the Levites, they oppressed the people at times. And at times they did right in God's eye. And, with the sons of Aaron, they gained a eternal covenant with God as well with Phinehas. And then after this, I'm going to hop back into First Chronicles and get this done as quickly as possible. With Phinehas, the son of, Aaron, the great grandson of Aaron, he did something with great zeal, similar to, as you see with Jehu, who had great zeal of getting rid of Ahab's lineage that did much evil within the land of Israel, turning them to Baal worship. And you can say the same thing with David. He was promised that the Messiah would come through his bloodline because of his love towards God as well. And you see the same thing with Phinehas in the book of Numbers, chapter 25. All right, real quick. And this is important to know. And Israel did wicked in this case as well. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. So Lot's lineage, they were, fornicating with those women. And they called all the people unto the sacrifice of their gods. So they committed whoredom, they got into idolatry, they got into sacrificing, and did Baal worship as well. And the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined themselves to Baal Peor. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every man his man that were joined with Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation, the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, who is the son of Aaron, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up. So he got up. He stood on business. He got up and did his job from among the congregation, and took the javelin in his hand, and went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both them through, the man of Israel and the woman through their bellies. So he killed both of them. One shot, and you know how hard that is with a javelin? No, it just went straight through clean. Killed them both. Got up. Like, what? They doing idolatry after what God has done with us? Give me that javelin. Hold on, I'm going to do this myself. And stab with the javelin, both of them, through their belly, through their bowels. So pretty much they died quickly. So the plague was stayed from Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. So it was a lot of people. So don't follow the crowd. And Moses spake, and the Lord spake unto Moses, and said, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel. So God was pleased. Yes, he was pleased with that. While he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore here's his reward. Behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace. He shall have it, and his seed after him, even a covenant and everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God, and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, was the Midianitish woman, was Zamari, the son of Salu, a prince of a chief of the house of the Simeonites. So there you go. So they weren't just chose for no reason. They stood on business. The Levites, they were chosen to be the priesthood nation because they stood on business. And when Moses called in the camp of the tabernacle of the congregation, they got up when Moses, their uncle, stood up, or their bloodline relative, got their swords and got rid of that evil out of Egypt, out of Israel. And a lot of people have a problem with that, but I'll say this. If you even knew the culture and the things of Baal worship, or if you have a problem with Americans sending troops to stop Germany for killing the Jews, or for oppressing people, or bringing communism, or us going to Africa with our militaries to stop the apartheid. God uses military force at times to stop evil from happening. Yes, he does. If you want to have a woke idea and, this mindset that there's good in all of us, let that play out. Go in Saudi Arabia, go into the ungospelized, places in this world. You see how brutal people can be, and you see yourself getting murked trying to help people that don't even care about you. Kind of reminds me of those journalists that went to those Muslim countries and nations, with aid, and those people they were trying to help. We're trying to help you. Nope, we don't care. Get beat. You ain't bring enough. We don't care about your sac. It ain't enough. You get beat. People are evil. The world is quite bloody. Don't be naive. Being naive and foolish can get you killed and end your time on this planet really soon. Be the strong man. Why did Jesus say buy a sword? I'm not saying go bang bang go blah and kill people, but defend yourself. Protect yourself and call it what it is. Evil happens. The military is there for a reason. The police is there because of unrighteous men. If you don't have that in place, wicked men will just get up and kill people, and that's about it. All right, Chronicles chapter 1, verse 6. I'm going to quickly read through this. The sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, Merari, and real quick, Levi was well known for going into the land on the behalf of his sister and killed, now I'm forgetting the man's name, but pretty much Levi was a warrior, him and Simeon. He killed a lot of men because, he raped his sister Dinah. But we're going to keep going for time's sake. Kohath, Merari. And the sons of Kohath, Aram, Issachar, Hebron, Israel. And the children of Aram, Aaron and Moses and Miriam. Miriam is the first woman prophetess. Okay? The sons of Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And Eleazar begat Phinehas, who we just brought up. And Phinehas begat Abushu. And Abishua begat Bukai. And Bukai begat Uzai. And Uzai begat Zeriah. And Zeriah begat Meraioth. And Meraioth begat Amariah. And Amariah begat Ahitub. And Ahitub begat Zadok. And Zadok begat Ahimaaz. And Ahimaaz begat Azariah. And Azariah begat Joanna. Excuse me, I lost my place. And Joanna begat Azariah. He that is executed the priest's office in the temple that Solomon built in Jerusalem. And Azariah begat Azariah. And Amazariah begat Atub. One second. And Atub begat Zadok. Did I go backwards? I probably did. And Zadok begat Shalom. And Shalom begat Hilkiah. And Hilkiah begat Azariah. And Azariah begat Sariah. And Sariah begat Jehozadak. And Jehozadak went into captivity when the Lord carried away Judah and Jerusalem by the hand of Nebuchadnezzar. The sons of Levi, Gershom, Kohath, and Merari, and these be the names of the son of Gershon, Lebanai and Shimei. The sons of Kohath, Aram and Izhar, and Hebron, and Uzzar. And the sons of Merari, Mahai, Mushi, These are the families of the Levites according to their fathers. 1 second. Of Gershom, Lebanon his son Jahath, his son Zemiah, his son Joah, his son Iddo, his son Zariah, his son Jetari, his sons, and the sons of Kohath, Aminadab, his son, Korah, his son, Asir, his son, Elkanah, his son, Abasaph, his son, Asir, his son, Tahath, his son, Uriel, his son, Uzziah, his son, Shaul, his son, the sons of Anaka, Amasai, and Atomoth, and Elkanah, his son, Elkanah, Zophai, his son, and Nathath, his son, and Elab, his son, and Joram, his son, and Nicanah, his son, and the son of Samuel, the firstborn of Vashni, and Abba. 1 second. And the sons of Mahai, and Lebanon, his son, Shammai, his son, Uzzah, his son, and Shammai, his son, Haggiah, his son, Asaiah, his son. And these are they who David set over the service of the song in the house of the Lord after the ark had rest. That was when David danced until he was naked after, the two men died for touching the Ark of the Covenant because the sons of Aaron weren't properly holding the Ark of the Covenant. And they ministered before the dwelling place of the tabernacle of the congregation with singing, until Solomon had built the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and then they waited on their office according to their order. And these are they that waited with the children of the sons of the Kohathites, Herman, his singer, and Joel, the son of Shemuel, and Elkanah, the son of Jerome, and the son of Eliel, the son of Toah, the son of Zuph, the son of Elkanah, and the son of Mathath, the son of Amasai, and the son of Elkanah, the son of Joel, the son of Azariah, the son of Zephaniah, the son of Toath, the son of Asir, the son of Abasaph, the son of Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, and his brother Asaph, who stood on his right hand, even Asaph, the son of Bashai, the son of Samai. Now Asaph, he's an important, priest. A lot of people credit him for writing Psalm 73. I'm not going to read it today, but Psalm 73, it brings up a prophet called Asaph that wrote that psalm. Just a side note. Who stood on his right hand, even Asaph, the son of Bashai, the son of Shemaiah. And the son of Michael, the son of Bashaiah, and the son of Malachi, the son of Ethani, and the son of Zariah, and the son of Abadiah. 1 second, almost done. And the son of Jahath, the son of Gershom, the son of Levi, and their brother, the sons of Merari, stood on the left hand, Ethan, the son of Kashai, the son of Abadai, the son of Moluch, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Amaziah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Amaziah, the son of Benai, the son of Shemer, the son of Mahai, the son of Mushai, the son of Merari, the son of Levi. Their brethren also the Levites were appointed unto all the manner of the service of the tabernacle of the house of God. But Aaron and his sons offered upon the altar of the burnt offering and on the altar of incense, and they were appointed for all the work of the place of the most holy, and to make an atonement for Israel according to all that Moses, the servant of God, had commanded. And these are the sons of Aaron: Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, and Abishua his son, Bechiah his son, Uzziah his son, Zariah his son, Mehorath his son, Amariah his son, Atub his son, Zadok his son, Amaziah his son. Now these are their dwelling places throughout the castles in their coasts, of the sons of Aaron of the families of the Kohathites, for there was the lot. And they gave them Hebron, the land of Judah, and the suburbs round about it. And it's noted that David, did this act of giving them the land when he took. Because David, he was a notable king. He didn't hold on to land greedily. He gave a lot of land out. And, remember, Aaron, some of his sons died for offering up strange sacrifice unto the Lord. But that's another story. We're going to move on for time's sake. All right. But the fields of that city, the villages thereof, they gave to Caleb and the son of Januth. Remember, in Israel, whenever they conquered land and territory, the first of the increase of that land, 1/10 of it, had to be dedicated to the tribe of Israel. And that was constantly brought up. Remember your brother Levi. They do all this work. As you conquer, you get land, you get to keep 90% of what you work for. Don't forget your brother who can't build inheritance because they belong to God. Because a lot of people, they trash. People that do all the work, they forget all about them. But God made sure they were taken care of. You go on that land, you better take care of your brothers that take care and make sure it's clean, because if they weren't there, all them plagues and pestilence, it's going to be upon you. But moving on. Out of the tribe of Benjamin, and the sons of Aaron gave the cities of Judah, namely Hebron, the city of refuge, and Lebanon with her suburbs, and Jatir and Eshtemoa, their suburbs, and Helene with her suburbs, and Debir with her suburbs, and Ashan with her suburbs, and Bethshemesh with her suburbs. And out of the tribes of Benjamin, Gibeah with her suburbs, Melech with her suburbs, Anath with her suburbs. All their cities throughout their families were 13 cities. And remember, they couldn't own the land and pass down inheritance, but there were allotted places and territories where they could reside throughout all of Israel, throughout all the tribes, because they had to take care of all of Israel. And unto the sons of Kohath, scrolling down, which were left of the family of the tribe, were given cities out of the half-tribe, which was most likely Manasseh or Ephraim or Joseph. Namely, out of the half-tribe of Manasseh by lot 10 cities. And to the sons of Gershon throughout their families, out of the tribe of Issachar, out of the tribe of Asher, out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the tribe of Manasseh. In Bashan 13 cities. Unto Merari were given by lot throughout their families, out of the tribe of Reuben, out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zebulun, 12 cities. And the children of Israel gave the Levites these cities with their suburbs. And they gave by lot out of the tribe the children of Judah, out of the tribe of Simeon, and out of the tribe of the children of Benjamin, these cities which are called by their names. And the residue of the families of the son of Kohath had cities in their coasts of the tribe, out of the tribes of Ephraim. And they gave unto them of the cities of Rephaim, Shechem, in the mount of Ephraim, with their suburbs. They gave also Gezer with her suburbs, and Jochimim with her suburbs, and Beth-horon with her suburbs, and I can't pronounce this one, Aijalon with her suburbs, and Gaphrim with her suburbs, and out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, and Ner with her suburbs, and Belim with her suburbs, for the family of the remnant of the sons of Kohath. And unto the sons of Gershon were given out of the family of the half-tribe of Manasseh, almost done, Golan and Bashan with her suburbs. And unto the sons of Gershon were given out of the family of the half-tribe of Manasseh, almost done, Golan and Bashan with her suburbs, Ashtaroth with her suburbs, and out of the